I have a John Deere with a 15 horsepower Kohler engine. I am not getting fuel to the carb even after replacing the fuel pump. What ELS could be the problem?
Can you guesstimate how old the engine is? And has it done anything like this in the past?
It is probably 15 to 20 years old, was working fine and then stopped getting gas.
Do you plan on doing the work yourself?
Yes.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
No. I also replaced the fuel filter.
Hi, my name is will be assisting you. If you remove the fuel line from the carburetor and crank the engine, do you get fuel coming out of the hose?
No. I don't want to pay more for talking. I am not near the machine.
Are you certain that you have the fuel pump installed correctly with the pump lever installed over the camshaft lobe so that the pump actually operates? That is fine, we can continue here. What if you remove the fuel line from the pump that goes over to the carburetor and crank the engine? Do you have fuel present there?
I am not sure exactly how it attaches. Looks like there is a shaft that spins and pushes it in as it turns.
Most of them actually push up on the fuel pump lever, not in. What model Kohler engine do you have? Or do you know what series Kohler it is?
I don't see fuel coming out of the new pump at all, if I would have to go look at it and see if I can identify the model.
What model John Deere rider do you have?
It is a CV15S model engine.
If you can give me the model of the tractor itself, not the engine, it will be helpful for me to identify more specifics about your fuel system. I should be able to help you solve the issue easier with that information.
LX173.
Thank you for that information. Give me a few minutes and I will be right back with you.
Okay.
How much fuel is in your tank? If you take the fuel line off of the fuel pump that goes back to the tank and blow backwards through it, can you hear the fuel bubbling in the tank? Make certain to take the fuel cap off before you start blowing back through the line.
I will try that. If yes, what next? I'm several feet from the mower with laptop on my lap and just trying to save myself trips back and forth.
Then it has to be a problem with the mounting of the fuel pump. If not, then I would suspect the fuel pickup tube inside the fuel tank. I am going to try to send you a link to the diagram of the fuel tank and pickup so that you have a better idea of what I am referring to. https://partsadvisor.deere.com/csdnep/launch.sls.
Okay, let me try that and then follow link and I will get back later if needed. Will I get you back if I go through same channel as before? I am closing now. How do I do that?
The link that I sent doesn't provide you with the information that I wanted it to, and I can't copy the diagram and send it to you. If you will open the link and put your model number in the text box there about middle of page, it will bring up a listing of different options. Go to the fuel and air listing and click on it, then the next box scroll to the very bottom and click on fuel. This will bring up a picture of the fuel tank and lines on your machine. The part I am suspecting to be a possible problem is the fuel pickup in top of the tank. Yes, if you continue here you will get me and we can continue our conversation.
John, how do we end the chat? I will be a while checking the things you suggested. John, I blew through and yes, there was bubbling, did have fuel up to the filter, now there is none, and after cranking still nothing. Are you still here?
So I have to believe at this point that the fuel pump is not installed correctly. However, it is doing the same thing with the new pump as it was with the old pump, right? It could be that the lobe on the camshaft that is actually supposed to make the pump operate is worn off slick so that it isn't operating the pump properly. Double check that the lever on the pump is installed over the top of the camshaft when inserted into the engine block. If that is good, then the only other thing that could be wrong is the camshaft lobe that operates the pump. Thank you for choosing to use our services. Please take a moment to rate your experience using the star rating system that is provided for you.
That is what I suspected from the start. Just how does the lever attach? All I see is a shaft like that spins kinda awkwardly when I look in the opening. Could something have fallen loose?
It doesn't per se attach. The lever of the fuel pump just lays across the top of the camshaft. There is a lobe there that then lifts or operates the fuel pump to make it work. As for something coming loose, no. The lobe could be worn down to a point that it is not working. The lever on the pump is about the only reason that it may not be working.
Alright, I will just have to figure this out. Thanks for your help.
The other thing that you could do if you can't get this one to working is to install a low-pressure electric fuel pump on the machine. It has to be 3 to 4 pounds per square inch, no more, and would need to be wired into the machine in such a way that you could power it on, off easily.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.